Number 10. Kaigaku. Kaigaku may not be the flashiest fighter in the Infinity Castle, but he still deserves a spot here. After Daki and Gyutaro's death, he became Upper Moon 6, and that automatically put him at a high level compared to most demon slayers. He had mastered thunder breathing, except for the first form, which he just couldn't get right. Instead of pushing himself, he relied on Muzan's blood to fill in the gaps, which made him strong, but also reckless. His fight against Zenitsu showed exactly who he was. On paper, he had the skills and speed to overwhelm opponents, but his arrogance was his undoing. Kaigaku believed becoming a demon made him superior. The truth? He was nothing more than a shortcut taker who got exposed by the very student he used to look down on. Think of Kaigaku like that one gamer who pays for cheats, but still loses the match. He had the tools, but he didn't have the grit. Number 9. Inosuke Hashibira. Inosuke's fighting style is unlike anything else we see in the Infinity Castle. He doesn't rely on polished techniques or careful strategy. He's pure instinct. The way he contorts his body, creates new forms on the fly, and charges at demons headfirst makes him unpredictable. And in a battlefield like the Infinity Castle, unpredictability is priceless. His biggest highlight was during the battle against Doma. Despite being poisoned and nearly having his heart ripped out, Inosuke managed to fight back, flexing his body to prevent the fatal blow. Who even does that? The man literally flexed poison out of his bloodstream like it was just another training exercise. Sure, he's not as refined as a Hashira, but his wild adaptability and raw resilience prove he's one of the strongest fighters on the battlefield. Sometimes chaos is a weapon in itself, and Inosuke wields it better than anyone. Number 8. Zenitsu Agatsuma. Zenitsu's transformation in the Infinity Castle was one of the most satisfying moments of the series. For so long, he was the scared, screaming guy who everyone underestimated. But when he faced Kaigaku, his former senior, we finally saw the warrior hiding behind all that fear. What set him apart was the 7th form, Honoi Kazuchi no Kami, a breathing form he created himself. That's not just strength, that's innovation. In a world where demon slayers are constantly trying to perfect ancient styles, Zenitsu carved his own path, and it paid off. Kaigaku's lightning-fast moves meant nothing once Zenitsu unleashed his 7th form. In that battle, he proved he wasn't just a sidekick, he was a true prodigy of thunder breathing. Zenitsu shows us that fear isn't weakness. Sometimes fear is the fire that forges something greater, and in Infinity Castle, that fire burned brighter than ever. Number 7. Shinobu Kocho. Shinobu may not have brute strength, but her intelligence and cunning easily make her one of the strongest characters in the Infinity Castle. Unlike her fellow Hashira, she couldn't overpower demons with raw force, so she created a strategy that weaponized her weakness. Her battle against Doma is proof. She knew from the very beginning she couldn't win through sheer combat, so she planned her death as her victory. By saturating her body with poison over time, she turned herself into a walking weapon. When Doma consumed her, he unknowingly set his own defeat in motion. That's not just strength, that's foresight, willpower, and sacrifice on a level most people can't comprehend. Even in her final moments, Shinobu wasn't afraid, she was determined. And that determination is what left the Upper Moon panicking, something few others could ever accomplish. Number 6. Obanai Iguro. Obanai Iguro finally showed his full strength inside the Infinity Castle. For most of the story, he was just the stern, snake-eyed Hashira, but in these battles, his skills came to light. His serpent-like fighting style and perfect precision made him a nightmare for demons to counter. Fighting alongside Mitsuri Kanroji against Muzan, Obanai proved why he was feared among both comrades and enemies. While Mitsuri's raw power created openings, Obanai's precision kept the attacks coordinated and effective. His movements were fluid, unpredictable, and efficient, like watching a snake coil tighter and tighter around its prey. And the most impressive part? He was one of the last standing against Muzan. That alone says everything you need to know about his resilience and mastery. Number 5. Giyu Tomioka. The Water Hashira, Giyu Tomioka, carried the quiet storm energy that made him one of the most reliable fighters in the Infinity Castle. He never wasted words, and he never wasted movements. But when it came down to the wire, he proved why he was one of the strongest Hashira alive. His fight alongside Tanjiro against Akaza was incredible. Akaza is Upper Moon 3, a demon who regularly slaughtered Hashira, and yet Giyu held his ground. His water-breathing forms combined with his discipline allowed him to survive against someone who could have easily ended him. But what really makes Giyu strong isn't just his swordsmanship, it's his composure. In a battlefield full of chaos, he remained calm, adapting to the flow of every attack. Like water, he shifted and responded to every obstacle, never breaking, never falling. Number 4. Gyomei Himejima. Gyomei, the Stone Hashira, is widely regarded as the physically strongest Hashira in history, and the Infinity Castle battles proved it. Despite being blind, his heightened senses and raw strength made him a titan on the battlefield. Wielding a massive axe connected by a chain, Gyomei turned combat into a dance of power and precision. His clash with Kokushibo, the strongest Upper Moon, was nothing short of legendary. Kokushibo's techniques were overwhelming, his aura suffocating, yet Gyomei stood tall, refusing to bow down. Few could even survive a single exchange with Kokushibo, but Gyomei matched him blow for blow. It's not just his physical strength that defines him, it's his spiritual strength. His calm presence and iron will made him unshakable. In many ways, he was the pillar that held the Hashira together during their darkest hour. Number 3. Tanjiro Kamado. Tanjiro's growth in the Infinity Castle was the ultimate payoff to his entire journey. He entered the battle already carrying scars, trauma, and exhaustion, but none of that stopped him from pushing forward. His fight with Akaza was where we saw his true potential unleashed. Switching seamlessly between water-breathing and Hinokami Kagura, Tanjiro demonstrated not just versatility, but mastery. And when he tapped into the transparent world, his awareness of battle reached a new level, allowing him to stand toe-to-toe with a demon who had slaughtered countless Hashira. What sets Tanjiro apart is his heart. His compassion, his drive to protect others, and his refusal to give up gave him strength beyond techniques. Against impossible odds, he pushed forward, proving that his willpower was just as lethal as his blade. Number 2. Akaza. Akaza, Upper Moon 3, was a force of nature inside the Infinity Castle. His martial arts mastery, combined with his insane regeneration, made him nearly unstoppable. Every punch carried the weight of destruction, and every move was calculated. His battle against Giyu and Tanjiro was one of the most intense showdowns of the arc. Even when faced with 2 elite demon slayers, Akaza pushed them to their absolute limits. His respect for strength made the fight almost poetic. It wasn't just a clash of fists, but of ideals. The only thing that truly defeated Akaza wasn't a sword, it was his own humanity. The remnants of who he once was held him back, leaving him vulnerable at the crucial moment. But make no mistake, Akaza's power was terrifying, and he very nearly proved himself unbeatable. Number 1, Dodoma, Upper Moon 2, takes the top spot. Unlike Akaza, who fought with honor, Doma fought with mockery and cruelty. His ice techniques were both beautiful and deadly, creating a battlefield where every step could be your last. His battle against Shinobu, Kanao, and Inosuke was brutal. Doma's regeneration and overwhelming power made him seem invincible, and it took Shinobu's sacrifice plus the combined effort of Kanao and Inosuke to bring him down. Even in defeat, his calm, smiling demeanor was horrifying. He didn't see death as a failure, just another passing moment. What made Doma so terrifying wasn't just his strength, it was his lack of humanity. He killed without malice, without joy, almost as if it was just routine. That cold detachment, paired with his overwhelming power, made him the most dangerous presence in the Infinity Castle.